so quiet? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. No. If you feel like it's, you know, if someone owes you something, go talk to him. Like, what do I owe you? He's lawyering up to sue you, Karen. Okay. How much you want to bet that doesn't happen? Like, I legit really would like to see, like, even if he made a video and said, you know, I'm going to sue Aunt Karen, it would have the same energy as, I'm sorry that you misinterpret our relationship. That's how much that energy would have to me. That's how much that energy would have. Like, I have no interest in that. Don't be so sure. All right. I'm so glad that everybody thinks like, I think it's funny that everybody thinks they know everything. I think that's the funny part, is everyone here thinks that they know everything. You guys don't. You know, so this will be used in court, I guess. Maybe. If you think so. No, I just like engaging you guys. I just like how people really think that in a video they can read me like the back of their hand. Like, someone in the comments, oh, look at her nervous laughter. Oh, she's scared. I'm not. Like, I'm not. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who is thinking so. I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know. I'm acting privileged. I'm acting privileged. Okay. Like, no remorse. Okay. No, you guys just want a performance. I'm not giving you the performance what you want the performance, and you're just upset. Like, I'm not gonna do what Chelsea did. I'm not gonna give you guys the performance that you want. So, no. I'm not worried about that at all. And if you don't like it, it is what it is. Someone's vacuuming upstairs. Somebody is like, yeah. You want to say hi, Salem? Yeah, somebody's vacuuming upstairs. What performance do you want? You want a season 3 of the Womblands, I guess. I don't know. You want a screen record. You want something to be able to utilize. So, no, I did what I answered that question. You just, like I said, you want a and you are giving it to them. What? Okay. If you say so. If you say so. Cats, please. Well, now the cats are afraid of the noise, so they're like, they're not coming around now. Girl, you are so repetitive. I am. You are right. I am. And if you feel like and if you don't want to be here, you don't have to. To be honest with you. Clean my glasses. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't feel like it right now. Why am I drinking? Because I like Sprite? I don't know. I like Sprite. That's why I'm drinking. I got the sweater from Fashion Nova, which, by the way, Fashion Nova is not owned by any person of color. Just another rich white guy. No, not Sierra Mist. Sprite. Always Sprite. Always Sprite. Always. Always, always Sprite. What will be the future of your page? I know. I'm not in the future. I couldn't really tell you. Sorry, the comments are... She does not have to take a break if she does not want to. I think if you've done some self-reflection... I missed the comment. You will be fine. I think if you've done so, then don't worry about what people say. People want to be judges. I'm not. And I know people are going to say whatever they want. They're going to say you're being everything under the sun. It doesn't matter, you guys. It doesn't matter. I love you and miss you. Thank you. Why are you performative? Why is minding your business different when it comes to Dawnish and RX Sis? Are you going to unblock the people you blocked because they didn't side with you and Chelsea? So your friendship... Whoa. Do you really have a twin? I do have a twin. Deep in the womb lands. No, I don't have to speak on anybody. No. You speak on them. Why do I have to speak on them? Why don't you speak on them? You do it. I don't have to do that. Canned Sprite versus McDonald's Sprite. Definitely McDonald's Sprite. Are you tired of people demanding you speak on others? I mean, but isn't that what we do? Isn't that what everyone does, though? In a way, like when something major happens, we expect people to speak on it. The problem is you guys have just as good of a voice as I do. I don't have to do anything. You're annoyed that it's chasing clout. Can you tell your mom Donna hi? Hello. Law up. Oh, I think you meant lawyer up, but I think you're not typing fast enough. Just put the extra, Haley, just put the extra, in there. You're done. The only questions you answer are on your drink. Are you getting sued for defamation? I don't know. You got to ask Lance. What's the name of your favorite movie? Do you have pets? I have cats. Yes. As a large platform, it's not my responsibility. It's not. My responsibility is a 2-year-old who will be 3 very soon. That is my responsibility. It is not my responsibility. Your expectations of me is what you're putting on to me, and you're disappointed because I won't do what you want me to do. That is not my responsibility. The only thing that I have to worry about legally and morally, I feel like I should morally worry about, is a 2-year-old. So if you want to call someone out, you do it. What you guys are not going to do is sit here and act like everyone owes someone something that they don't really owe. This is an app. If you really care, if you're really worried about what's going to happen to me, don't worry about me. I will be fine. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about anything that doesn't really pertain to you. I will be fine. She's so mad. Yeah, I guess I am. I guess. No, because they're, people are like let it die down, and I, respectfully, I don't have the time to do that. Here's the thing, I had somebody I reached out to, who is afraid for her life, right? This is a woman who is dealing with an abuser who is afraid for her life, a black woman who's afraid for her life. She went on TikTok and she wants to talk about what it's like to have to fear for her life with her neighbor living next door to her. She had to purchase a weapon in order to protect herself. And you know what I'm trying to do about that? I don't know if you guys saw that video or not. I'm trying to help her get lessons. I'm trying to help her be able to protect herself. But you guys don't see all of that, and I don't expect you to. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about what you don't always see. Why does it matter if I spoke to one person or the other? This is not real life. In real life, I'm trying to help a woman protect herself from domestic violence. From a black woman, from a man that she's had to call the police on, get 2 warrants for, that she's posted receipts and posted messages about if she ever goes missing, who to look for. That's what I'm worried about doing. I don't give a crap what any other major content creator is doing, because I'm worried about real life stuff. And everybody else, you guys are just worried about you just want me to say something else. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. But you are getting sued in real life. I'm not getting sued in real life until someone hands me something that says you are being sued. And I haven't received that. So, I don't know. If it happens, you guys will be the first to know. As soon as I get it, I'll let you guys know. As soon as I get it, I'll let you guys know. An owner of a law firm came after you and lost. I think you're good. Yeah, I think it's so funny to me that a lot of people don't really understand defamation and don't really understand how to prove defamation. And not only that, you have to calculate losses. I don't know if you guys think that just because you have 3-something million followers, that is revenue. That's nothing. I don't know if you guys think someone is rich because they have 3 million followers. Come on. I get it. People tell me they're going to send me a cease and desist letter every freaking day. That doesn't stop the work that I'm doing. It's funny. Think about, and somebody said I was going to be the new Tasha K. Do you know how many things Tasha K had to say about Cardi B and the amount of work that had to go into proving defamation? Come on, you guys. We cannot be this ridiculous. We cannot be. Why don't you worry about the real person who should be worried about anything, if they even could have a case, is Chelsea? Just cut it out. Just cut it out. It's not that serious. No. I already said things on that I wanted to say. You guys don't want to hear what I want to say about it. So no, I just think it's funny because there's a lot of people who want to attack me, but everyone's just assuming right now. And I get it. I get it. People want to turn off the comments. No. It's okay. I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. You have the mistaken idea that you can be redeemed. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Oh, hey, you're on your backup account. Why? Did your main get banned? No. Did your main get banned? I'm full of it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Well, no, I don't want to. I thank you, Zen. I'll mod you. It's fine. I don't mind. I just want people to get out whatever they want to say. So I'm just kind of chilling until then. I just let people say whatever they want to say. Like, the thing is, I wanted to hold a live so actual people who wanted to talk with me and want to understand things could jump in the guest live and talk. But what I realized is that's not what people want either, because people just, like, as from the comments, just want to throw crap at the wall and see if it sticks. So yeah, people just want to bully. And if, hey, you think I deserve it, fine. I had planned on a live to allow people to get in and talk about it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you guys don't want that. These people just want to bully. So I'm if you want to hold me accountable and you want to talk about holding me accountable, great. But if you're just going to personally attack me, then what's the point? You know, like, what's the point? I've spoken to a lot of people who've messaged me privately that I've spoken to and apologized to. So it doesn't matter how many apologies I put out there. Not everyone is going to want to, no, you don't even have to accept it. Not everyone is going to like the apology. I can put out 30 different apologies and people will tear each one of them down. So at this point, I'm not putting myself in a position for people who never liked me to begin with to just try to dehumanize me and try to get off on being terrible to someone. I'm not going to do that. You know, I could answer a lot of things, but that's not what people really want. So why I've already, let's see, Darvo. I mean, it's not going to happen that way. The hoodie is from Fashion Nova. Oh, hey, Mo, what's going on? But I don't have to tell you anything. No one did this to you. You're correct. And what is it? Nice 615. You're correct. Why are these people on here trying to make you accountable for what others do? Oh, child, you began doing the right thing, but personally the power went to your head. Okay, you just admit that you created this platform for your own benefit and not for social justice. If that's what you feel, why haven't you apologized to Lance? You helped ruin his life. Okay. Because they are, wait, comments are going to, you did apologize and you have held yourself accountable. You guys sound no, it's for you. Oh, I can't. You're not the victim. Everyone creates their platform. I still respect you. Everyone so smug. How is that funny? How does calling out individuals help dismantle? I'm trying to read your guys. So is the lawsuit going to be for money or to close down your social media? I don't know. You got to ask him. Does any of this make... Why is this funny? No, this is funny. She still didn't answer. Does any of this make you distrust certain creators? One video ain't ruining her life. So the hat. Lance will decide if his life is ruined. Do you have any regrets? Will you apologize to Lance? Why can't you speak on Savannah? Lance and Chelsea was so 2 seasons ago. There are a lot of dictums in here. Those are horrible accusations. Keep swimming. Why does Lance need an apology? The drama already passed. Let's move on. Creators get paid to do live. Man, at this point, they are making you the villain of someone else's shit. Not cool. You apologize. What activism have you actually done? What activism have you actually done? Fallout. Can you try to turn this around? I don't know. Addressing your other... Oh, crap, my foot. Oh. Any questions? She became the villain by making a TikTok and making a false accusation on a TikTok creator. For real, bad for her. Then the truth came out, which was worse. I can see they got mad, you got invoked with me in Mount Mori, then asked you to speak on Savannah. These articles that can be read for credibility on her. You're not answering the questions. I mean, I'm reading them. You said I didn't... At first you were mad that I wouldn't acknowledge the questions. There has been so many... Show some humility and stop making light of this. What's your favorite music? I don't really... There's going to be news coverage about this. I know. Do you believe you made a false accusation? How does calling out individuals affect systematic racism? That's a good question. We can read. Can you answer? Where are you from? You shouldn't judge other creators, especially on the internet. Cool. This is crazy. I think you should take some time for yourself. Okay. Real question. And it's one way. Okay. Sad situation. Patrick is disappointing. How is Lance doing? Chelsea is a manipulative person. Do we even know if Lance would include Karen in a lawsuit? The one thing that got me, I thought Lance was friends. Let's see here. Thought this was so funny. Wow, doing him like that, not funny no more, is it? Chelsea did not force her to do a video. Do you feel like Lance was wrong as far as not being open to the women? Is your sister okay? She's okay. What do the tomatoes mean? I think it's just like throw tomatoes if you're bored. Please stop reading the comments. Why? I like reading. Damn, as soon as you get the blue check mark, you effed your platform. So do you like Mexican food? I do. All right, somebody wants to pop in. She's having a baby. Oh. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to tell you that I am, and I can only speak for myself, a survivor. I was very triggered by the whole situation, and I accept the accountability that you did take. I can't think of anything else that I could ask for besides what you've done. I can't remember what video it was, but you basically were just like, the only person I need to talk to about it at this point is Lance. And I respected that a lot. And yeah, I was definitely hurt by the situation, but the hurt came from, especially as a survivor and as someone who's, as you yourself has given birth and are a survivor, it was extremely triggering, all the equivalencies between like childbirth and a miscarriage and abortion. It was just like so much at once. When
Right.
like I sit on my little corner at TikTok and talk about maternal health and
Right.
advocate for Black women to not die in childbirth. So to get online and use it responsibly and just to get bombarded by just this like crazy situation, I understand what you are trying to do for another woman.
Right.
I think a lot of creators on this app make a mistake and don't want to take accountability. And I think you have taken accountability, and I appreciate that. I'm disappointed in you so much as I am that two adults brought so much to a place where they have millions of people who follow them and adore them, and just there was like no trigger warnings. There was no, I feel like there was like no regard. Regular people just using their regular phone. So if you ask me, I felt better about you I mean, I don't know you. I enjoy what you do. I you're Black. I mean, you look Black. So
Well,
you're Black, so I want to win. Go ahead,
well,
sorry.
first, thank you for taking the time and getting on and talking to me, and I apologize for even triggering you and anyone else, especially about this situation. That was never my intent. But I also want to say that I have to acknowledge, and I have acknowledged what I did, right?
You
So
did.
that being said, I know I'm not going to make everybody happy. I know that, but I also want people to know that there is more to the story of everything and that involves this that people just don't know.
Right.
And I really want people to really think about for a second, if why not, if I was oh god, I feel like everything I say people are just going to utilize that as a screen record.
Then don't. You,
Like
then
it's
don't.
it's
Then don't. This is the thing. We don't have all the information. It's not our information to have.
right.
I have plenty of times in my life, I have had a friend or a family member give me a piece of the story, and I immediately want to react. I don't act that same way when I'm at the doctor's office or I'm driving my car or I'm interacting with strangers. But when it's someone that you know, it doesn't matter if it's a relationship that started on the internet. When it's someone you feel is calling for help, it is natural to want to help.
Right.
Now, you personally are
Mhm.
known for collecting all the bones before you
Right.
talk.
Right.
So
Right.
I do think part of the reaction, I think 80% of the reaction is because you're a Black woman. I think if you're a white woman and you said the same thing, people wouldn't care because there were white women who did the same thing. They reacted.
Mhm.
That's a fact.
Right.
A
I,
fact.
I think the other thing is that people aren't taking into consideration that perhaps proof may have been manipulated and altered, that was given or sent. I can only put it that way, and to not assume that it was just a, oh, here we go, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
also, I want people to know, and I'm fine with saying this, Lance has lied to me. So when people want to say your friend, I thought you guys were friends. I've never met this man in my life, okay? I only know this man from TikTok, right?
Right.
So, yes, I have, supported, lift up his voice, did some funny videos and all of that. But when I tell you I was lied to, that, but when I tell you I was lied to, once again, I was lied to. So
Right.
do not, so please understand that I'm not going backwards. I'm just trying to explain something. Like people, this assumption that just because you are mutuals, that you guys are best friends. Okay? Like this assumption is ridiculous.
Well, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. Just the simple fact that you two have duetted each other and tagged each other,
Mhm.
people are gonna assume because there's controversy, there's a much stronger bond. And that's just human nature. I mean, you do anything with someone, you have a connection. What starts off as we work together, now you're business partners. You had one, 1 month hookup. Now all of a sudden you used to be engaged. We're
Mhm.
on the internet, people. We're on the world wide web. This is
Mhm.
not a real place. If someone listen, we are all women here. We're
Mhm.
all women. Your instinct is to protect. This
Mhm.
is not, this is not a physical place. This was not a dinner party that you sat at in real time and decided to slander someone.
Right.
Like we
Yeah.
have to we if we have allowed white
Mhm.
creators, male creators, other creators to take down their videos and say, "Oh, I spoke too soon. Let
Mhm.
me run back." It has to be the same for everyone else. And that is really troubling to me. It's like you guys are snitching on yourselves.
Well, I think people are snitching on themselves. I think though what I realized is that there are a lot of people who took this as an opportunity to to try to what they didn't already like me. They
Right.
already didn't like me, and so they took this as an opportunity to step on someone's back, which, hey. But what I've learned about things is there has been people, and I mean people who have done such like crazy things on this app, and the accountability of them, and it's frustrating to see, because no one really has the truth. And I, like I said, I'm comfortable with saying this because Lance knows he lied. He lied, and you guys don't know what he lied about. And I'm not telling you what he lied about, but I'm comfortable in saying, and he knows what he's lied about. So why don't he get on this app and talk about how we all got here?
Honestly, I don't
Because
know.
this is who you this is and this is what I want people to understand. While you guys are hounding about me being sued, ask yourself how we got here. Because everyone is pumping this, you're getting sued, you're getting sued, you're getting sued. Well, then come up here and tell us how we all got here. Because I think once you understand the entire game, the entire game, right? The entire board, and you know where everything is, you will know how we got here. And everybody who's saying, "Oh, you didn't mind your business," when I tell you I'm a part of it before you even knew, don't even don't even worry about it.
Can I say something? I
Mhm.
I I, I want to say this, and maybe this is something that might be helpful. We have to remember when we report the news, when someone reports the news, not a personality, and I'm not talking about a Candace Owens. I'm talking about someone who actually reports the news. They
Mhm.
report on the facts they had at that time. If later that news story comes out to be false, but they didn't know it when they said it, they didn't commit a crime. There's not a liability. You
Mhm.
cannot sue me as a news anchor if I report something as the facts are given to me.
Right.
You can't do that. Now, I can say, hey, I retract, or we retract as a station, but you cannot sue CBS because they reported what they thought at that time.
Right.
And,
Right.
for me, I'm just very uneasy with and it's not even a double standard. To me, it feels opportunist. I think that people should not bring up actually, you can. People should not bring up people's children when they're upset. And I think at the end of the day, it's weird If everyone is wrong except for the man in question, it is weird that you're getting more hate than anybody else. That right there is crazy to me. That's too
No, and
much.
I mean, listen, and I think it just shows because it's easier to speculate, but because I'm not hiding. If I was scared, I feel like to me the legit thing would be was to hide. And this is just
But
me.
that's the thing.
This is
Yeah,
if I feel like first of all, when I realized that I let a lot of people down, I
yeah.
didn't just hide.
No,
I
you did.
apologized. I acknowledged it. I've there's been some crazy videos out there. I've made comments where people have, said things and I apologized in their comment section. People have messaged me. I apologize and to them I've spoken to people on the phone. So I really feel as though that there's so much that people just can only assume, and it's crazy, and I know that people want to feel as though they're doing the right thing, but the mob mentality of it all, right? The well, we don't have land, so let's go after, because Chelsea's not here, right? She's not on the app. Lance isn't on the app right now. So let's go after the only person who has stepped forward and who have acknowledged their role in some of this, because let's be honest, I'm not telling full stories, because the person who needs to tell the full story is purposely taking a seat.
Honestly, this is the thing that's kind of odd to me too, is if you're sorry, which it sounds like you feel bad and you would have just kept your mouth shut if you could go back. I I almost feel like people are taking the opportunity to use this as a moment to attack the people that they just don't like anyway. Because to
Yeah.
be honest with you, it's all quite distasteful.
Hmm.
The songs, the skits. I mean, it's like on one hand we're just like this is really bad, this is really true for certain communities, but then you go and then you make songs about it and jokes about it. It's like wait a minute, we got to roll back.
Right.
Is Aunt Karen wrong because she made an accusation that was not whatever, but then we're going to go and make a joke about it in the same pocket? Like
Hmm.
that to me sits really bad with me
Hmm.
on just a human level.
Hmm.
And I think there are people, I think people have done worse things on this app. There's probably people who've done worse things in this comment section, but we just don't know about it.
Right.
So I think we really need to be careful about how we request or demand accountability. Because if you were really rocking with someone, you would take me to the side. If it was like honestly, if they were like, oh my gosh, like so 3 weeks ago, Aunt Karen was known as a pillar in the TikTok community.
Hmm.
And now it's oh, throw that all in the garbage. And
Right.
that to me feels very cancer culture. It feels very plantation to me. Everyone
It
else who
it
spoke up,
it feels very plantation to me.
it feels very plantation. It's
It
like
feels
everyone else who messed up, it's, oh, well, I didn't know. I spoke too soon. But
right.
then you, it's like, can't throw her in the trash, throw her in the trash. And it's like,
Hmm.
and again, you guys, someone disappointing you and someone purposely doing harm to you are
Hmm.
not the same thing.
It's
I'm
not the same thing.
disappointed.
No,
I'm
and listen, somebody said you built your platform. The comments are going too fast. I'm assuming you're saying you built your platform on calling people out or something like this. What I need people to understand, what I would like people to understand, is that you guys are attacking the one person who has stood up here and at least given something. And yet there's so many people, and like I said, you just don't even know the full story. And it doesn't matter what I say, because if I tell you the full story, then you say I'm in it. and then you want to say, then it will, and it will make sense of why I'm in it. But then if I don't tell you the full story, then it's like, then I just take the heat. You see, the person who should tell you the full story isn't telling you the full story. So why is that? But it's being held to many as some sort of, oh, this was just uncle stuff, the native uncle stuff. This is what people were saying. Yet he has yet to confirm or deny. That's what I don't think people are fully understanding. I think we want to go for the jugular so much that it's easy to just go and say, well, tell us, Aunt Karen, tell us. But if I tell you, then you're going to just vilify me even more. It's not my responsibility anymore to tell you anything.
Okay. I don't think you should. I don't think you should talk about any conversations you had with either of those people in question. To be
Oh no,
honest
I'm not.
with you,
I'm
and
not.
people keep saying, "People, you guys, this is the thing. You cannot blame Aunt Karen or any TikToker for making a mob mentality. If you come on TikTok and listen to people's 20-second videos and then decide to mass report or to do something negative towards someone, that's your conscious decision. Now, I will say, I do think people forget that the average user on TikTok is quite young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I do think a lot of people are really curious about RX, I don't know, extra, whatever. I don't know how to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Prescription. People are very curious about that. Um, but I think we need to be clear. There are people who are hurt. I think that there are people who owe that really need to make an apology
Mm-hmm.
for some of the videos that they've posted and have kept up.
Mm-hmm.
But this idea of holding you to a higher standard than the two adults that were involved is really, really, really weird to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
super weird. And I don't think it would be the same situation if
Mm-hmm.
you had a different skin tone. And that is on period. And I also don't think people would have been so quick to accuse the man in question if he was a different skin tone. And that
Mm-hmm.
is just fact.
I,
So
I've apologized. Like somebody said, I haven't heard the word sorry. I said sorry earlier in the live, and it doesn't matter because one person will hear it, and then people will come in and out, and then say they didn't hear it, and it's like I didn't say it. So it really doesn't matter how many times I say it. You guys don't really care to hear it. You know what I mean? Like that's well, if someone feels so slighted, then that person needs to get on TikTok and they need to explain their situation, not me. I'm
I
not. I'm not going to talk about somebody else's situation.
yeah, no. I think that you you apologized to me at the beginning of the live. Um, Again, I am a survivor. It was a very hard thing for me to watch because I come on TikTok for one reason only, and that is to spread awareness for Black women dying in childbirth. That is
Right.
what I put out. So just to have my whole FYP bombarded, to
Mhm.
have lives about breastfeeding and people ask me what I think, I'm like, we're talking about breastfeeding here. Like,
Right.
why? Like, I don't want to talk about this.
Right.
Um, some of my favorite creators were totally not involved.
Mhm.
Um, Rochelle, the registered nurse, Raquel, the
Mhm.
registered nurse, I mean, someone reported her like 8 times. So it's like
Right.
it, it's the attacking, the deflecting that all needs to stop. I received what you said as a Black
Mhm.
woman, as a survivor. I received where you're at. I think you've done more good than harm on this app. So I do appreciate that. Um, you and your sister look so much alike.
Oh,
It freaked me out. I was
I know
zooming
some
up.
people. Some people thought like I created a second account and it was her, and I'm
Yeah,
like, no, I didn't. They're like, oh, so you created a second account, you're running, and my sister is like, no,
yeah.
that's not
It
that's not
threw me
me.
off. I was like, who is this? Yeah, you apologize. And I do know this, if you were, I think if you had a different skin tone, any color but black, people would have moved on and be putting their energy towards the two people who started this. And
Yeah.
I think that's just a fact. And you've done way more good than bad on this app. And that's my piece. And I wish you the best in life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you decide to delete TikTok and never come back, I wouldn't blame you. If you decide to come and keep doing the Lord's work on Beyonce's internet, I wouldn't blame you. But until people give the same energy to people who actually harm, call the cops on unarmed Black teenagers, harm
Mm-hmm.
children, until I see that same energy given to them, then I just can't. I just can't get with the mob thing. That's just not. That's just not it.
No,
So,
and I appreciate it, and thank you for jumping in and giving me your thoughts. I really appreciate it.
of course, you take care, dear. Bye.
Bye. No, and like I said, I appreciate it. Um, I I have apologized, and I will, continue to apologize. I know that people will either accept it or they won't, But I also know that I am continuously growing, and I'm continuously doing the best that I can. So, and if somebody wants to hold, um anyone accountable, like, please go hold them accountable. You don't need me. As you guys have shown, the people in this live that are hating on me and all of this stuff, you don't need me. So why are you asking something of me? You don't need me. If you don't like something that was done, then go say something. Like, you don't need me. And I appreciate it, but if you want to hold someone accountable, yeah, you don't need me to do that. You don't like something that someone did, you don't like something that someone said. You guys have all told me to be quiet and not to insert myself. So why do you want me to insert myself now? I mean, like, there's no whole story for me to tell. The only people who need to tell that story is the one person who isn't on. I'm not telling that story. And I have apologized for that. So it's not weird that people want to stay mad about this, because this is what distracts people from their own lives, is to pretend that they sit on a throne of perfection. And it's easy to join in a mob mentality and say, well, you're not perfect. I never said I was perfect. Like, I've never said that I was perfect. But if me being the distraction from other people, what's going on in your life, if you want to sit here and act like you've never done anything wrong and all of that, then hey, yeah, you can sit in these comments and you can say what you want to say. Doesn't mean I have to answer it. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. Doesn't mean I have to acknowledge you. Well, if it's getting condescending, why are you still here, baby? If you want to see thirst trap videos, honey, I have an OnlyFans. You can go to my OnlyFans. The link is in my bio. The Karen Noir stuff is the link in my bio. So you can go to my OF if you want to see that. To see the shit burn, yeah. Nah, I wouldn't worry about it burning too much, honey. Do you think they will ever tell the truth? That's up to them, not me. I got my hoodie from Fashion Nova. You just want super fans to make you feel. I don't need super fans to make me feel better. Like I know what I did. I've had several conversations, and I already I'm good. I don't need super fans. You want to get on my live and you want to yell and pretend that you are perfect and you want to have a platform in order to do so. And you're just mad because I won't let you get on live and yell at me and not even have a coherent sentence. No, I'm not going to let you do that. If you want to have a respectful conversation, absolutely, we can have a respectful conversation. But if you think you're going to hop in this live and try to act like you're Miss Perfect or Mr. Perfect, fuck that. Absolutely. No, not you, John. No, Travis, no. Okay, absolutely no. So if that's what you want to do and you want to try to gather some views for yourself. No, I'm just talking about people in general. There's somebody who said, "Oh, you only getting on live with people who like your super fans." No, I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. If you want to be heard, absolutely. I don't have any problem with allowing you to, and primarily I just want people of color in this live. I don't want to and right now I just want people of color, whether it's native or black, men or women, but I'm not this is not a live for anyone else. Why don't you go live with Daddy's girl chick? um I what is there to go live with her? I tried to help in that situation and other people told me to get out of it. For some reason, this person isn't getting on, their connection timed out. People are saying that they are angry because you are. Oh no! What did I do? Whoa. Okay, actually, I was like, "What's that filter?" Um, no, but if you want to get on live and you want to talk to me, you absolutely can. But if you're someone who wants to just get on live and act like you are holier than thou, no. You're not going to make some content for your channel just so you can. No, if you want to have an honest and open discussion, I am absolutely here for that. And if you want to just send in a guest request, if you want to have, now that all the trolls have left, okay, all the trolls, just about all the trolls have left, and you don't have to block anyone right now or mute anyone. I it, you know Now that they have left, if you want to have an open and honest conversation about what the situation, the Lance and Chelsea situation, in terms of what my role, okay, and what I'm willing to say, then that's fine. No, all those other people who got muted and all of that, they just wanted to get their opportunity to yell at a black woman, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
First off, I want to tell you sweatshirt's cute.
Thank
I,
you.
I do like that. Um, I have been following this just like everybody else has. And I guess I'm trying to understand, with your particular part in the situation, the way that it came out to everybody else was as if you went guns blazing on a situation that none of us knew anything about,
Mm-hmm.
that everybody's getting side information, and it just looks bad. It
Of
looks
course, yeah.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, as an SA survivor myself, I was very triggered. But then
Mm-hmm.
I also sat back and was like, something about this doesn't sit right. Something about
Mm-hmm.
this doesn't seem right. So I've wondered, have you like, did it dawn on you to maybe sit back on that information a little longer before posting to social media?
So absolutely on the information that was first posted, and then once I realized some of when the second girl had came forward, right, I realized that there were some things that were into play that, and I'm trying to be careful with my words because there's other stuff that I'm just not willing to say because that person needs to come forward and say it.
Okay.
And so I can understand. I'm taking a lot of heat for this, and deservingly so on part of this. And I know that there's a big gap missing, but I can't fill in what for someone else, and it's easier for that person to let me take a fall, which, how can I say, that they have done before, and this is just not totally public to everybody, that they rather do that than actually acknowledge the truth on some information. So,
So I know
mhm,
that people, because I was in the comments earlier and I was watching a lot of the responses. I don't even necessarily, I'm going to speak for myself from what I have observed. I don't even personally think, for me personally, it was looking at you saying, oh, Aunt Karen needs to take the fall for this. I was looking at it as, I really don't think Aunt Karen maybe should have said anything about this, because the way that this keeps coming out, it looks like this other person is lying. So,
mhm,
yes, you're talking about stuff that we don't know. But
mhm,
from the outside looking into a situation that was none of our business to begin with, it
mhm.
looks like Chelsea handed you the match and you lit the fire. And that's why I think people are just going off, because we're only going based off of what we've seen. And it
and
and
that-
it looks bad.
and I know, and I think, and I think if there was a fuller picture, obviously I know if there was a fuller picture, there would be a lot different. The map would look better, right? But also think that I take the fall for going in too early. And had I sat back, yeah, absolutely. I will take that fall. I continuously take that fall. But what I can only provide, like, I have released information firsthand before. And a lot of people say, why is it important that we know about a certain person's activity? That's a good question. I think if you knew if it affected you in some way, you would want to know. But I also think if you build your platform on calling out misogyny and all of this other stuff, then you probably shouldn't be doing that in your private life. And then, I mean, we call people out on these things all the time. I think a lot of people were disappointed in the person that was called out. And
And I think
therefore,
that even with the disappointment about the person that was being called out, with
mhm,
the way that the information has unfolded itself in that community, is making the same amount of TikToks and comments on social media about the accusations, about
mhm,
his actions, about his lack of not saying anything.
mhm,
um Not everybody in the Black community is angry with you. Maybe some disappointed, but I've
mhm,
seen a lot of larger content creators saying, hey, she got information that wasn't necessarily true, we're not canceling Aunt Karen. I
mhm.
just think that I know from the other side, like as a triggered SA survivor, it's just like a lot of us really wish that you just hadn't said anything. And I know, looking at it in hindsight, you probably feel the same way. But
Yeah,
I can understand how people are looking at it like, Aunt Karen, like, damn, we really just we don't want you in this at all.
I,
But
I know, but and you're absolutely right. And first of all, I apologize. You know, you stated that you're an SA survivor, and I want to apologize for just taking away and giving you any hurt and triggering you for what I said and my post. So I just want to make sure that I apologize to you directly that I did not want to trigger anyone, and I know that I did with that post, and I'm sorry for that.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure that anybody else that's in the live watching it, um, appreciate it as well, because then that also is acknowledging that you're not just not caring about some of the reactions, because I think
Hmm.
sometimes it comes off like, well, I ain't got well, it's whatever, it's out there, and that can also be a defense mechanism when you feel like you're being attacked. But I appreciate that, because that it what's the best way I can say it? It furthers, it makes it easier to go along with the people that's like, we're not canceling Aunt Karen because she's a human, she's allowed to make mistakes as well.
Hmm.
I do appreciate that. I just wish you wasn't in it. I swear to
No.
God, I do. The more I think about it, the more I wish you were not a part of it. Because if it was
I
that case, we could all be sitting back like talking about, do y'all see this mess, and not have your name included in it. I know
no
that
and
what's his name? Patrick
Mhm,
was like, we're not canceling Aunt Karen. So
mhm.
y'all can get over it. Y'all can get out of my live talking about her. Y'all won't disrespect her as a black woman. We're not canceling Aunt Karen. So I know that there are other larger content creators. It's just like, it's more to the story, and that some of the people in the black community are not canceling you. So, but if you speak your truth, I think it will come across as in you were manipulated as well by this person.
I appreciate that, and I want I appreciate people who make content and the videos, and like people who are like, okay, Aunt Karen is fake, blah blah blah. Like, listen, no one is going to determine for me whether or not I am in the black community. And I think that and when I say this, I mean to those people who literally took this instance alone, and decided that everything I have done so far was
Mm-hmm.
null and void. That part to me was like, okay, so are we really putting people to a level where they say you can never make a mistake, or you can never do something wrong, or whatever you want to say? If we're putting that kind of weight on people in the black community, we aren't being fair to ourselves. Because if that's true, none of us should be held to any kind of standard, because every single one of us has made a mistake or something for whatever reason. I mean,
Right.
I've seen so many women and so many, black men and black women who were just like, okay, Aunt Karen isn't black, you guys. Aunt Karen, this is like, well, she's with the white man. This isn't like, you guys. Why are we as black people discrediting people who are in interracial relationships? One. Second, why are we discrediting anyone who has mixed race children? Like, this is a problem in the black community we also need to address.
So I know one of my mutuals, I was following you and she was not. And I know that from her perspective, she was just like, well, Aunt Karen needs to be accountable for jumping the gun in certain situations, because the way that it appeared was if you were 10 toes down believing the person who initiated a lot of this drama, and
Hmm.
not really stepping back and saying, hey, um, I need to step out of this. I need to, say, hey, I misspoke.
Hmm.
And, at the end of the day, we need to move forward. Because I know I wasn't one of the people that was just like, oh, all of Aunt Karen stuff, I don't care. No, because you've helped people, you've called out different things, and you've called out people who needed to be called out. So people who
Hmm.
followed your platform was looking at it like, why ain't she calling out old girl? Like, that's,
Right.
I think people expected you to be like, you know what, I misspoke. I need to speak on this particular person, kind of like the way you've done in some of the other videos prior. And I think that was kind of some of the expectation for the people who follow you. I still follow you.
Hmm.
And I don't think I thought like, oh, I'm canceling I Karen. Like, that's immature to
You
me.
know, I think anyone who thinks that way, who like, oh, I'm canceling Aunt Karen on this. I think you were already looking for a reason to make a video to say you're canceling someone. I mean, like, when to discredit everything that I've done and to say like, okay, this I've been telling you guys about Aunt Karen, and for people who go, oh, she's making money. What money do you guys think I make off of
Well, I
TikTok?
can't speak on that because I don't know.
I know.
So, I mean, I know what you mean. People in
No,
general.
I be transparent with people because there's so many people who think like just because you have a million something followers that makes you some sort of revenue, and it doesn't. Like, I don't get sponsorship deals where you don't see me doing a commercial, you know what I mean? You don't see me doing all of this stuff. So when people say clout and all of this stuff, if TikTok closes down today, I'm still doing what I do. I have
Right.
called racist. I have stuck up for people and especially in racist situations my entire life. This does not TikTok does not change that. But what I want to ask is to those people who really think I'm not like I'm no longer part of the community. I'm the problem. What have you done? And it's not just about teaching, it's not just about what are you doing to walk the walk that you want me to do. I never claimed to be perfect. I never
Right.
claimed that I would always get things 100%. That was an expectation that was put on me, and as much as I have tried, you fail at things. And if we don't learn from our failures and grow from our failures, the whatever fur push the little line further to get to where we need to go. But to try to vilify and go, okay, this is it, that's all, this is, we never trusted Aunt Karen. It's like, well, you really didn't trust me. You never trusted me anyway. You were just looking for a reason to do that.
Well,
um
somebody in the comments said, "Well, I can't tell who this person is." It says, "We want you to call out your mutuals for doing racist stuff, even though it might be uncomfortable." And I don't know all the facts behind some of the most racist stuff.
mhm. I don't know what happened, but she disappeared. um I don't know what happened. Maybe she'll get back. We'll see. Right. You do, Karen. No, and I appreciate everyone that jumps in and gives gives some intake on gives some thoughts on how they feel, and it's really important to do so. Hillary, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, hometown baby sister. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm not going to take up a ton of your time, but I want to put this out there right away. Um, I am an SA survivor and I've had a miscarriage. I'm not triggered by any of this. We don't all respond the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not triggered by any of this, so I don't need any apologies. All right. I just want to put that right out front. You don't owe me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but here's a couple things that well, this amuses me. First of all, you got
Mm-hmm.
all these people telling you shouldn't have said nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all the same people in the comments telling you that you now need to speak on Donna and Savannah.
So yeah, I know, and
So
this
you weren't supposed to talk at all before, and now you gotta talk, right? That's how
right,
this works.
right. I have Here's the thing. You didn't like when I spoke on a mutual before. So
Right,
why am I going to do it now?
right.
Because
So what you
why,
said before wasn't okay, and now you have to talk, though. Now it's
and
demanded.
if I say something wrong, are you going to vilify me again?
Of
Like,
course.
what? Why? Yes, people want to control my voice. You
So
cannot control my voice. I don't have to speak on anyone that I don't want to speak on. Because you know
Oh,
why? There's a ton of other things that are happening that I don't I don't have to worry about that.
and
Who
I love
said
all
that?
these people. I love all these people in the comments. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do for the community? Y'all don't live around here. And I don't know where you all are from, but I do. So she goes to these businesses and shows you these Black-owned businesses
Mhm.
in our community. I work and live by the places she goes to and shows off. So
Mhm.
y'all are talking about what does she actually do? She actually does this stuff. And I
Mhm.
know because I live right by her. But
Mhm.
so I guess my question, I have a like a little series of yes or no's. It's that
Mhm.
easy.
Okay. Okay.
So
Right.
so did is this your platform? This right
Yeah.
here that we're on right now? Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel like at any point in this situation you made a mistake?
Yes. Mhm.
Is there more to this story than we know about?
Yes.
Okay. Did you apologize for where you felt you made a mistake?
Yes.
Then why are we still talking about this?
I you know because I think because I think a lot of people want to just sound off. I think a lot of people just want to sound off. And I can acknowledge that people want to sound off, but I'm not getting involved in any mutual issue because I didn't even like it when I did it the first time, so why am I going to do it the second time? Like, it doesn't, no,
Sure.
I'm not going to do it because you want me to. I'm not. I'm going to save my time and energy to activism. What I will say though is to look at the body of work before you judge someone on their actions, like, and want to create and make this look like something that it's not.
All I'm saying is like I haven't commented on this situation at all, like
Mm-hmm.
with the original two creator. I did make a little video about why I don't trust allies, and it does have Danesh and our exorcist in it. I made a little, but I haven't commented on Lance and Chelsea or anything like that because I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not close to them. I don't talk to them, so I haven't said a thing. Um it's but what I think is weird is that uh it, I don't know if okay, I'll put it like this. I follow you. I followed you since I got here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know each other in real life. We know a little bit about each other. We know where the
Right.
other's from, and we know we got some background and we know some history. If I knew something personal about you, if we had talked and I knew something personal about you and somebody hurt you, I'd be at bat for you immediately. Like you picked me for the All-Star team. I'm going.
And
And
mm-hmm.
and that's I care about you. And that's just it. For 2 years I've been watching you and I've been, trying and that's just kind of like a little internet relationship that I've developed with you here. And that's what I'm doing. Now, so yeah, I might even mess it all up. I might even screw it all up. You might call me up like, Hillary, what did you do? And I'd be like, oh, my bad. But that's what I'm going to do when I care about somebody. And so I don't know. I think just people are just getting really messy and ugly.
No, and nobody needs to be muted or anything. I see somebody said red dot bean said go ahead and mute me. It's like, listen, that you said what you came to say, and if you don't like the response and you don't like that someone is giving you what you want, not giving you what you want, then leave. Peace out. Like, you know what I mean?
And
It's
I think it's amazing that you're giving people the grace and the space to do all that, by the way. That's incredible.
I really appreciate that. And honestly, it's the least that I can do. I want to give people the opportunity to talk and to say what they want to say. But I'm also not going to answer the same question. I will not speak on the mutuals. It will not happen. I've already decided on my platform that I am not going off on anyone that is a mutual, and when I say mutual, I mean someone that you, just because you guys want to do something, or whether you believe I'm friends with them or not, I am handling racism that is outside of this app, because that's what I have done best. That's where I started from. That's where I'm going to continuously do. Y'all handle what you think is racist on the app. There needs to let there be an Aunt Karen that handles all the racism on the app. And when I say on the app, I'm talking about, if you want to call all these bigger creators out, go ahead. But I am handling racism and issues that are affecting things that are real life stuff right now.
And it's very real. A matter of fact, we've talked about this in live before. We have a lot of serious problems with nursing homes and stuff like that around here, and with families and stuff like that around here. And Aunt Karen puts in the work for that, y'all. And she does a lot of really cool stuff. I'm in nursing school, and Aunt Karen has some medical background, and she does some really amazing things here. And so there's a lot of real life stuff she does. I'll call out fake allies all day.
Go ahead.
On this app. But I don't expect anybody else to do that. I'm not going to come on your platform and tell you have to talk about something.
No, like, if you want somebody to do that for you, go and do it on your platform. Do it. You have every right to do it. I'm just not going to be that person. I'm sorry. I'm not. And it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be that person. And
sorry. I'm not disagreeing with you. Is it Carrie Boo? I can't read her name. I'm not disagreeing with you. I've made comments about her and I'll make more. That's my page though.
Yeah. Listen, do what you guys want to do on your own page. But I also need to protect what I'm putting out there as well. I need to protect what I'm putting out there. So all this other stuff is just noise. And that's Zen, thank you so much. That's why I have continued my TikTok platform and let you guys in on different things, like with my new video. There's so much stuff that goes on that is with me that is not just about racism and all this other stuff. People go, well, you need to change your platform. You need to do this. I'm going to give you what I give you. And by that, I'm giving you a piece of me, but it's not just because you want me to do something that is more or whatever. That's not who I am. I'm not getting on here, despite what everybody says. I'm not going to do what you want for clout. Like, that's right. What it is. You want clout and you want a screen grab to make videos on. So it doesn't matter.
Questions in the comments. The purple hearts are just showing love and support for Aunt Karen, and a mutual is somebody that you follow and that follows you back here on the TikTok.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you, Hillary, for explaining that.
Yeah, I just saw him go by.
And you guys, anyone who is a true supporter, who I've worked very hard to get to where I am. And when I say that, I mean that I have built a relationship with people, and a relationship is going to be rocky sometimes, you guys, right? A relationship is going to be rocky. Do not expect a relationship to be perfect. Do not expect me to be perfect. Like, I heard that there are people who are going after I don't know if you guys know who Drew is, right?
I don't know.
Drew, she's the one who calls out guys, yeah, you guys know who Drew is. Well, you've probably seen some of her stuff. Drew is okay, you're new to TikTok. Okay, so she calls out a lot of misogynistic men and all of this stuff.
I know who she is. I know who she is.
Yeah, there we go. That's her username. And I think somebody went into her Twitter account and found an old tweet from 10 years ago. So, you know what I mean? Something like that. And it had like the F slur. This is what someone said on their profile. And, you know, people were upset with her about that. And it's like, you guys can't, people act like people can't make mistakes. I mean, like, you know,
Thank you, Mad
okay,
Hatter. Did we follow
I
each
saw it on someone's comments that it was like 10 years ago. So if it's not 10 years ago, I don't know. I'm telling you what someone said in the comments. That's all I'm telling you. Zen, you're so sweet. That's what all I'm saying is they're saying it was like 10 years ago. I don't know. I haven't seen the video. I'm just saying that's what people are saying. So with that being said, I like, I don't know.
I mean, if you go on like my Facebook, if I haven't got zucked for it, I used to say the R word bad, like when I first got on Facebook. Bad.
Mhm.
I learned a lot, you know, but I was young. And I didn't realize what an ugly word it was. It's
Mhm.
not something I say now. I'm not gonna lie. My kids do. One of my kids is on the ASD spectrum, and the other one has another. And so they make fun of each other with it. They're teenagers, and they're horrible people
Mhm.
because they're teenagers. And so I correct it. But yeah, I used to say that word, and I know better now. I've learned from it now, and I don't. I hope they're not still there. But if it's from whenever I got on Facebook, and it's probably there.
And let me clear something up. I'm not accusing Drew of saying the F slur. I'm saying that's what someone put in the comments. Calm down. It's not that serious. I'm saying that's what someone put in the comments, and I seen it in a video. I didn't say she did. I'm just telling you what
I'm
people
not
are.
white. Oh my God, we go through this every time in your live.
I
I'm
know.
not white with box braids. I'm a mixed black woman with box braids.
Yeah, I know. You always have to say it, but thank you so much. I want to get someone else on before I have to, you know, go to bed. But thank you so much.
Yep, I'll talk to you later, sis. Love you. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Love. Thank you. Yeah, no, like you guys, like there are some people who are intently like starved for the drama. I did not say that. I'm not accusing her. I'm telling you what I saw. And what I mean by saw in the comments, that's it. Like, am I now getting like, well, wait, I don't even know who this person is. Hold on. I didn't mean to click on this person. Can't tell if you're white or black. Yeah, okay. There you go. Probably wasn't. Okay. Hold on. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Echo.
Just have a few questions. Can you hear me now? I think it connected.
Yeah.
Okay. So first off, I want to start by saying hello, and I first want to check on you to make sure that you're good and how your mental health is doing with all of this craziness.
I'm doing really well in the sense of I'm learning. You know what I mean? And thank you so much for wondering about
Mm-hmm.
mental health. I really appreciate that. I'm learning and I'm taking criticism, but I'm also not going to take a I was trying to say it nicely. I didn't want to say like a whipping in front of, you know, of people just because they want to do that, you know?
Absolutely. And I mean, I had totally agree with you setting that boundary and not letting people come in and just berate you with stuff because at the end of the day, um, I get that you took the stance that you took at the moment because of the information that you knew. Guys, stop it. But at the same time, like for someone that has gone through SA, that I finally healed enough where I can finally say that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I get how people were triggered by it, you know, and
Absolutely.
I get how, you know, but there's different levels to it. And that's the part that I feel like for me is getting to a point where people are not thinking about what they can say can affect people's mental, physical, and emotional health. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the part where I would have to draw the line, because it's like, for me personally, like the content that I've seen from you, I absolutely loved. I love what you were doing. And then when this came, it like came out of left field. Well, for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
and for other people of my mutuals on this app, and then different mutuals on different other apps. And it's just like, well, people were asking, like, well, why did she say anything? Would you have said something? And honestly, I can honestly say, as a friend and the type of friend that I am, I would have ended up being the mediator, I guess, in the situation. And from the information, you stay Switzerland until you get all the information that you have. And then once you get that information, you're able to be amongst two friends and say, okay, I'm about to call you out on your shit, because, like,
Right.
what the fuck was this? So, like,
Right.
that's kind of how I felt like the initial video was presented.
Mm-hmm.
And, if it was like, if you, at any point in time, you can tell me if I'm wrong, interject, whatever. But then the internet got a hold of it, and they have the power to cut and clip and put stuff together. So I guess, like, my whole question was, for you, were you like the mediator in the situation, and you just ended up mediating on the wrong side type thing?
How to best answer that?
And don't say nothing. I don't want you to get in trouble or nothing like
Right.
that. I just, like, that's just the question that I came up with, because honestly, like, I can see, I've never gotten in between two friends dealing with something as serious as this, or claims like this. But I have been caught between two friends where you play Switzerland, and then you get all the information, and you be like, damn, you was fucking wrong. Like, and
Right.
you need to say that you're wrong. And I'm going to stand with this friend because you were fucking wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what I'm getting from it, because I'm looking at the comments today, and I ain't gonna even lie. When I came in and I saw you live, I was like, oh yes. So now I can kind of get her opinion on it, or her side, because honestly, with this story, there's like 5 sides to it: your side, his side, her side, the actual truth, and somebody else's side.
Right.
But I think it just got clouded with all the extra theatrics and clips and all this kind of other stuff, and it's just turned into a tornado of mess that kind of
Right.
fell in your lap, which I don't feel like you owe all this mess to you. Like, you shouldn't take responsibility for it.
Right. No, and I appreciate that, and I'm sorry for, like I said, I never want to do anything. Nobody. I don't think, if you're a decent person, you don't want to do anything to hurt anyone, right? Triggering someone, especially in that way with SA, it's not what I wanted to do at all. All I can do is say is that from here on, I'm just going to do better, and approach things differently. That being said, I'm not going to give up my platform. I'm not going to go away. Not going to.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't at all.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, you gotta stand your ground, and you stand your 10 toes. And, like, to me, I feel like you did your apology to, the best of the information that you got. I mean, we're human. Everybody screws up. You screwed up. You took ownership
right,
of that. So at this point, like, for me, honestly, I feel like you being berated, because what else do people want from you? Because, like the lady Hillary was saying, was like, and I'm sorry if I used the wrong pronoun, but you done said what you said. Like, you said what you said, you stood on it, and then when you got the information that you were incorrect, oh hi kid, you so cute.
sorry, he's getting away.
No, you're good. But once you got the information, you came and you said, okay, I'm sorry. And, like, I mean, I get, for people that are triggered in that way, a sorry doesn't really do it justice. But at the same time, it's like, okay, what else do y'all want her to do? Like, and, like, that's the part that I think I'm more or less stuck on, because it's like, okay, you don't apologize, and then you see all these comments. Well, it wasn't a sincere apology. She didn't have tears, and she didn't have on a white suit, and she
Right,
didn't have 12 roses. It's like, okay, so if she was booty hole ass naked and she said she was sorry, y'all would take it serious. But then,
right.
like, she's not. And I mean, like, I'm not trying to displace, or I'm not trying to make those other people that were triggered feel
Mm-hmm.
some type of way. But at the same time, we all need to assess it from our own standpoint. If you were triggered by something that you've seen on the internet, that tells me that your healing process isn't done. And I am not
Right.
going at nobody for it because I'm still healing through mine.
Right.
However, you can't throw all of your baggage and your luggage on somebody else.
Absolutely.
So, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting right now. So, like, that's why I just wanted to come in and make sure that your mental health was good, you were good, because, like, this shit could be a fucking lot. And, you know, yeah.
No, and I think you're right. And people had made comments about why didn't you talk about the Clear Bear issue? I posted the Clear Bear first, and I had reached out to one of the survivors of that issue prior to this whole Lance Chelsea thing. But once again, people don't know that, but it's so easy to make the accusation that I didn't even try to do anything. You know what I mean? And I know that people go by what they see on the app. And I don't have a camera following me 24/7, and I wouldn't want that anyway. But if you know who I am, you know that and by who I am, you know what I've done, that my intention. Hold on, sorry, he's playing with my charger now.
No, you're good.
Like, I have always been genuine. Oh my goodness.
No, you're good. He wants to play.
Has always been, genuine. So he just really wants attention. But yeah, like, and I think that's important.
Yeah, and it is. And I just, I didn't want to come on, because like I said earlier, I did come in kind of guns blazing because it was like, I didn't understand, like, the whole, like, because like the lady was saying earlier, why you interjected yourself. But then, like, I'm reflecting and I'm like, okay, like she said, we're human. And me being the type of friend I am, it would have been hard for me not to interject myself. And with the platforms that you guys are on and the large following, I feel like it was more or less coming from a place of, as your friend, I'm calling you out and you need to take ownership of it. And I
Right.
don't think it came from any other place outside of that. So, I mean, I don't want to be here and take up a lot of your time or whatever, but I just wanted to make sure you were good and kind of just explain, like, my point of view from it and other people that kind of agree with my point of view of it. But I think after hearing you talk and listening to some other ladies explain and, in the comments they're explaining, I'm like, from a friend perspective, I totally see where you're coming from. And so I definitely have a completely different view, on why you did what you did. And I don't have no ill, feelings about it at all, because I would have done the same thing. And I would be lying of me being who I am and the type of friend I am to not say that. So, I just wanted to come in, check in, and make sure you're good.
No, and I appreciate that. And it's fine, I need to be called out on stuff. But I'm not going to sit and just allow, like, people want me to open up my live to anyone who wants to bash me and not bash the situation, but just wants to bash me as a person and get loud.
Right.
Not going to present that kind of show thousands of people to see. Like, first of all, no one deserves that. My mental health, if everybody values mental health as they do, then then why would I put myself in that situation?
Right. Because two wrongs don't make a right. And I get people feel, they feel in some type of way, but you don't deserve to get bullied. And, like, that's just ultimately what it is. It's just a group of people that want to bully you and try to tear you down. And you setting that boundary, absolutely. Like, I mean, because I wouldn't let nobody talk to me crazy if I did something wrong, and then on top of that, you apologize for it.
Right.
It may not be the apology that